They were shot in the rapper's Porsche in the Briarwood section of Queens early Sunday morning.
The nigga that killed Chinx was at the funeral.
Man got killed in Queens. Named Chinx.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we go to New York, Queens to be exact, Far Rockaway to be even more precise, to look at the life and death of a rapper whose past caught up with him at the wrong moment, leaving fans wondering how great he could have been. This is the life and death of Chinx.
And when I got shot, I went down and he jumped on top of me and took the rest of the shots. I got shot like one time. He got shot probably like 7 to 8 times.
Lionel Pickens was born December 4th, 1983, a Far Rock baby, raised in the Edgemere houses. Moms held it down. His pops wasn't really around like that. It was her, the block, and whoever could show him the ropes. The 90s out here, wild. Crack still had the hood in a chokehold. The corner stores were like meeting points for hustlers, stick-up kids, and dreamers all in one. And Lionel, he was watching all that, soaking it in.
I realized I had the gift for rapping. I was saying like junior high school. I started taking it seriously at about 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? I started to take the money that I was hustling with. You know what I'm saying? I was making off of hustling, and I would take that money and put it into the studio and, you know what I'm saying, put my money back into myself. Man.
People who knew him back then said he was a cool kid, quiet but sharp. Funny too, always had something slick to say. But like a lot of young dudes out here, temptation came early. The streets was the classroom, and survival was the only subject that mattered. He went to Far Rockaway High, made it to about 11th grade. But the money, the fast life, that started looking better than textbooks.
Youngest boy on the Riot Squad with me right here, Chinx Drugz,
That's
man.
Right.
Now what? We're gonna put y'all up on exclusive drugs. Talk to him, man.
Listen, homie. I'm in the hood, fam. And yeah, I did some shit that I ain't have to do, but now they pay me homage when they see me on the avenue. Fuck you know about 12 hooded niggas grabbing you, commencing the ass whipping before they start to stabbing you. I'm G to the fullest. Your jewelry looking cool, but it's about 190 degrees in a bullet.
Around this time, he linked up with another young star from the hood, Stack Bundles. Stack was already that dude. Smooth, confident, with the whole city buzzing about his talent. Him and Chinx clicked immediately. Same block, same hunger, same pain.
Squad up, shit. We started off, it was me and Stack. No, we was on our Kobe and Shaq shit. That was probably like 02. But Stack and Core was always cool because they from the same hood. So Core had a show coming up and shit, so it was like, yo, I want us to do the grind and freestyle. So that was like 03. So it was me, Core, Mike Mills, and Bishop. Everybody, 5 different dudes from 5 different parts of the rock, you know what I mean? So that's how we started the S5 shit. And after that popped off, Bishop went to jail, Mike Mills took off on a solo career, so it was just 3 of us. And then Chinx used to come through the studio all the time and shit. He used to always have a verse for every song he was doing, even though he wasn't even on the record, he just had a verse for it. So motherfuckers respected his hunger and his grind. So it's like, yo, fuck it, let's put him down this shit.
Pickens was connected to a 1999 robbery in Far Rockaway, a robbery in which a 57-year-old man was shot and items were stolen.
When me, Stack Bundles, Vinyl, and my brother Cole put the Riot Squad shit together, I was on the run. I was facing like 9, 10 joints. And, I blocked that shit out and I just worked. Eventually I got picked up for that shit.
Just as his group Riot Squad were gaining some traction, Chinx got picked up on the robbery charge and was sentenced in 2005 to 5 years in prison. Word is, he got sent upstate, mid-state correctional facility, somewhere cold, far from home. They say prison will either break you or build you. For Chinx, it was both. He had time to think, time to plan, and time to write.
Rap artist on the verge of making it big in the rap world has been gunned down in Queens. Stack Bundles was shot this morning. It happened on the Beach Channel Drive in Far Rockaway.
While he was locked away, tragedy hit. His brother, his homie, Stack Bundles, got shot and killed on his own block in 2007. No one has ever been charged for his murder. That news tore him apart. Stack was the one who was supposed to put the team on, and now he was gone. For Chinx, it flipped a switch. When he got out, he wasn't just trying to survive anymore. He was trying to make it.
He totally saved my life. He did something for me that nobody ever did for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed me how to stand behind your team. You know what I'm saying? Like, Stacks didn't know what I was gonna do. Yeah, he probably thought I was a dope artist and I'm his friend first, but he didn't know what I was gonna do. But the way he just kept my name alive, like, he just knew like I was gonna come home and be somebody. So nobody ever gave me what he gave me. You know what I'm saying? He set it off for me. So I'm in debt with him for life for that. You know what I'm saying?
When the gates opened and Lionel Pickens stepped back into the world in 2009, the streets had changed, but so had he.
How long were you gone for?
I was going for about 5 joints.
Years?
Yeah, 5 years.
Damn, son. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He hit the ground running. Studio time, mixtapes, bars sharper than ever. But he knew he couldn't stay local. The plan was bigger. And that's when the streets connected him with another hustler on a come-up, French Montana.
How'd the French Montana thing happen?
So Stacks passed away during my incarceration, but when I came home, Max B was looking for me off the strength of Stacks, and then I met French at his house, and then Max got locked up, and me and French just kept recording music. We never even spoke about doing business. Like, we was really just putting this music out we was making, and then the Coke Boys just popped out of nowhere. You know?
When they linked, it clicked instantly. Chinx had the hunger, the charisma, and that smooth Queens delivery. Together, they cooked up a new wave.
You got your man over here smoking cigars. Blow some smoke at him, Chris. Blow the smoke on him.
2011, the Cocaine Riot series drops, and Chinx's name starts ringing heavy in the streets. Those tapes, Cocaine Riot 1, 2, 3, they were like street diaries. He wasn't just French's sidekick. He was a star in his own right. Every verse, polished, funny, real. He brought Far Rock to the front row.
The bitch pussy wide is it narrow? Can I slam it like the judge with the gavel? Did they do the nigga like Harold? And if for your man, would you tattle? Do your 9 mil come with the extension? Will a judge grant another month extension? Do your dope house got a lot of traffic? Is the line around the corner, is it clicking?
In interviews, he always came off calm, never bitter, never flashy. He'd say, "I'm just grinding. I know what it's like to lose everything," and he meant it.
I think the key to success is not giving a fuck about what you think, and just staying true to what I feel like I know is right. You know what I'm saying? Just using my better judgment, not being emotional, but just sticking to what I know is right.
The movement was growing. Coke Boys was everywhere. Touring, features, radio play. Chinx started getting co-signs from Diddy, Rick Ross, Meek Mill, DJ Envy. The industry saw it. But even with the shine, he kept one foot in the trenches. Thing about fame, it don't erase the past. And in New York, your history follows you. Old grudges, old faces, and street politics, they never disappear. Some folks say tension had been brewing since the old days. Beef that started years back while he was locked up. Little things that turned into big problems later on. By 2014, Chinx was on the verge. Major label talk, bigger shows, feelings, couple niggas. I'm a Coke boy. His records were heating up. His debut album was on the way. The dream was finally turning real. He had it all lined up. Money, family, love, music, and more importantly, redemption. From a cell to the spotlight, from Far Rockaway to the world. But success don't always protect you. Sometimes it just makes you easier to find.
You destroyed a family. You took a father away from his kids that would never understand why. He didn't die of a sudden death. He was murdered.
We did recover 12 shell casings from the crime scene, all fired from the same gun. So we have one shooter.
Feeling very devastated. I'm really hurt. I'm really angry that we can't find the killer.
It's a Saturday night, early morning hours of May 17th, 2015. He'd been performing all week. That night, he hit a club appearance in Brooklyn with his team. No drama, no chaos. Just business, smiles, and love from fans. Around 2:30 in the morning, he and his friend Yemen Cheese left, heading to a Queens hookah bar. Chinx gets behind the wheel of his silver Porsche Panamera. Queens Boulevard, wide open and quiet at that hour. For locals, it's just another stretch of road between boroughs. For Chinx, it was the last drive of the night. At an intersection near Main Street, an 84th Drive, his car comes to a stoplight. What happened next ended one of New York's brightest new voices.
We begin with the rapper killed hours after he left the stage. A friend
murdered in an ambush in Queens.
Upcoming rapper was killed this morning in a drive-by shooting in Queens.
His name is Chinx and he has ties to the Kardashians. Fox 5's Lisa Evers is live at the scene in Briarwood. Good evening, Lisa.
Well, good evening, Christina and Antoine. He was working hard to leave the streets behind and make it in the music industry, and he was well on his way to doing just that. But it all came to an end around 4 this morning for the rapper Chinx. That's his Porsche right there, riddled with bullet holes. Now the hip-hop community is reeling, and so are many residents in this neighborhood who are stunned.
Unbeknownst to Chinx, two guys had followed him and Yemen from the Red Wolf Club in the Bronx and were waiting for their moment. The black Mercedes pulled up next to Chinx's car, and shots were fired.
I didn't want to drive alone.
You said he was worried about that.
Yeah, that was always his biggest concern, was just being alone. Knowing that he was at the level of his career that he was on. You know, that's always your biggest fear, is that somebody out there is just has different intentions.
Any of y'all know Chinx?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
All y'all?
Yeah. I had on the RP Chinx. Do I still got it on? No, I had on the RP Chinx shirt on earlier today.
Remember, right?
The memorial to 31-year-old father of 3, Lionel Pickens, known professionally as the rapper Chinx, gets bigger with every passing day.
Both men were hit. Chinx tried to escape pulling into a parking lot, but he was losing too much blood. By the time an ambulance arrived, Chinx was already dead. He had been hit 8 times, with the Yemen being hit once.
I see it when I sleep. Him being ambushed, him being gunned down, the fear that overcame him, the worries, what crossed his mind at that time. Like,
I was bleeding inside, so my lungs collapsed. I couldn't, I was every time I talk, I was spitting out blood. So
News spreads fast. Social media lights up. R.I.P. Chinx. Rappers, DJs, fans, everyone in disbelief. Another talent from Queens, cut short before his prime. Detectives soon confirmed it was a targeted attack. No random drive-by. This was personal.
Police tonight are searching for the gunman who killed Pickens and critically wounded his passenger.
Liz Janelli Pickens is overwhelmed with the outpouring of support she's received in the last 24 hours ever since her husband Lionel was murdered right here. She tells me at some point she would like to hold a public memorial service, but right now her priority is her family and helping police catch whoever killed the hip-hop artist. In his final text to a friend as he left the club, Lionel told Manny Mills, "Love you, big bro." Manny replied, "Love you too, bro. Thanks for everything."
It was almost 2 years before police made an arrest. Quincy Homer and Jamar Hill were picked up. Quincy was already at Rikers on a separate charge, and it was Rikers Island back in 2009 where Quincy had first met Chinx.
How did you feel when you heard that they actually captured somebody? Because that don't happen too much in hip-hop culture.
How I felt about that whole situation, I just felt like I felt happy for his family, to get a closure.
Back in 2009, Chinx got picked up on a parole violation and had to spend some time on Rikers. It was here that Chinx met Quincy. The story goes that they got into a fight in prison, and years later, Quincy, who was an aspiring rapper himself, showed up to an event Chinx was performing at, and Chinx supposedly embarrassed him in front of French. Quincy's pride was hurt, and just a month later, he killed him.
Accused of killing a rapper from Queens who was on the rise, and he did it out of jealousy.
Express my condolences to the family and anyone else who was affected with what happened here.
I was told I had 2 minutes to say goodbye. Holding his mother's hand, watching his lifeless body, praying and crying for him to wake up.
Each was charged with second-degree murder, second-degree attempted murder, first-degree assault, and second-degree criminal possession of a weapon.
32-year-old Quincy Homer appeared in court with a new attorney, Scott Bookstein. He asked for some time to become familiar with the case.
After years of delay, Quincy Homer pleads guilty in 2024 and is sentenced to 23 years in prison. Justice, maybe, but for his family and the city, the law still feels raw.
By the way, on top of his sentence today, Homer is already serving time in prison for armed robbery.
The night of May 17, 2015, became a dividing line. Before that, Chinx was a rising star, husband, father, artist. After that, he became a symbol of how fragile success can be when your roots run deep in the struggle. He left the world the same way he lived in it, moving fast, chasing something bigger. And though that night ended his story, the echoes still ride through Queens every time his music plays.
I don't want a crib in Miami. I don't want a crib in LA. I'm a dirty ass Far Rock nigga. I'm gonna build my mansion right in the middle of the ghetto.
The following documentary contains references to real events reported in the media and in public court records. Some scenes discuss alleged criminal activity and ongoing rivalries that have not been confirmed in court. Everyone mentioned remains innocent until proven guilty. This is created purely for informational and storytelling purposes, not to glorify violence or gang culture.